Blue Lock isn't just about goals, it's about ego, strategy, and domination. Across every match so far, one player always stood out. Today I'm going match by match to reveal the MVP of every Blue Lock game, from the first selection all the way to the Neo Egoist League. Let's kick things off with the first selection. Team Z vs Team X. This game, it was all about one man, Barcha Shoei. Domination from kickoff till the final whistle. Whilst Team Z were busy fighting amongst themselves, Barcha tore right through the entire team, scoring 4 goals and even handing out an assist like it was charity. And in case anyone missed the message, he made it crystal clear. On the field, I am the king. No debate, no contest, pure ego. Barcha takes the MVP for the first game. The next game is Team Z vs Team Y. Team Z learned from their loss, and this is where Isagi started to make a name for himself. The score is 1-1. Team Y are on the counter. Nico is on goal and makes a pass to Okawa, but Isagi is there to intercept it. Team Z begin a swift counter-attack of their own, and Isagi grabs the match winner. The first I understand it now moment from Isagi. The start of a legacy. MVP Isagi Yoichi. And then the third game, Team Z vs Team W. I refuse to acknowledge the Wanima twins or Kuon because they cheated. This game belongs to the Red Panther. Shigeru Hyoma was finally able to let go of his chains and in a singular unstoppable sprint score a beautiful goal. It's simple really. MVP Shigeru Hyoma. And we're already up to the final game of the first selection. Team Z vs Team V. This game was all about one man, the lazy genius, Nagi Seishiro. What a cheat code of a player wielding such a high level of talent never seen before in the verse. Imagine practicing football all your life, then suddenly someone who's only been playing for a few months rocks up and drops a hat-trick on you. Surely it will piss you off. They needed Kuon to step in and RKO Nagi. Bro's debut match had people already predicting him to be the final boss. MVP easily Nagi Seishiro. Now it's time for the second selection. Starting with the first 3v3. Cold and calculated, the puppeteer Rinatoshi gave Isagi a reality check in this first game. This game was actually so absurd and isn't spoken about enough regarding a character introduction. To me, soccer is a fight to the death. Even Barcha and Nagi were looking at him like, damn, this guy needs to chill. But Rin backs his chat, scoring from kickoff, a corner kick and in open play. The hat-trick plus shutting down Isagi so effortlessly, no question the MVP of this game was Rinatoshi. Next, with the departure of Barcha, we have Isagi and Nagi coming up against Barcha and Naruhaya in a 2v2. Isagi and Naruhaya are straight ruled out from the debate here, as they didn't even reach the feet of Nagi and Barcha in this game, and I personally think Nagi was better able to coordinate with Isagi, and their team ended up winning, so I give Nagi the MVP award for this game. Isagi and Nagi pick up Barcha and advance back to the 3v3 stage where they come up against Ryo, Kunigami and Chigiri. In this game we really began to see Isagi change. Isagi was playing 4D chess in this match. Bro was literally Aizen, moving the pieces and manipulating the play. He literally handcrafted Barcha's awakening, which won them the game, and scored a brace himself. MVP Isagi Yoichi. At last, we have reached the final test before the third selection. Isagi did come close, even outplaying Rin with a backheel shot, and also being the only player on the field to foresee Barcha's play. But Rin remained untouchable. 3 goals plus an assist to Barcha meant that Team Rin were able to take the win 5-4. The number 1 in Blue Lock was able to keep his throne. MVP again, Rinatoshi. Now it's time for the third selection, Team A vs Team B. This pick is actually so underrated and made me realize how much this player has fallen compared to how good they were at the time of their introduction. Yes, I am talking about the descending feathers, Tabito Karasu. With his crow-like intelligence, he was able to lock down Isagi, who had just gone toe-to-toe with Rinatoshi in the previous game. On top of that, he scored twice and assisted Otoya. Karasu was the heart of Team B, and honestly, they were playing a 3v5. Can anyone tell me one thing these two players on his team did? No wonder why they were all off-screen after this. MVP Karasu Tabito. We have finally reached the Blue Lock vs U20 Japan arc. My first question is, how corrupt can a nation be that they were beat by a ragtag group of teenagers who were younger than them? By the way, we know the age of some of the Blue Lockers. Isagi Yoichi 17, Rinatoshi 16, Iki Niko 15, and they were going up a team with the average age of 19. Absolutely terrible. As a saving grace, the U20 Japan team were able to recruit one player who saved them from total disgrace. The engine of their team, operating in the center, contributing offensively with a goal and an assist. plus defensive contributions, Itoshi Sai was able to systematically break down Blue Lock, especially once he entered his flow state. No other player contributed so significantly and consistently throughout this game. He was the star, no doubt about it. And I don't want to hear about how he lost the ball at the end of the game, which allowed Isagi to score the game winner. Everything else he contributed significantly outweighs this. MVP was Itoshi Sai, no doubt about it. At last, we have reached the Neo Egos League, the first game of the NEL, BM vs Barcha. At the start, Barcha stole the show with his improved dribbling ability, but Kaiser walked in like a villain and stole the show, elegant and dominant. Isagi didn't even see it. The introduction of the fastest shot swing speed in the world. The Kaiser impact, a genius-like unstoppable weapon. Close call with this one, but due to BM taking the win, I will give the MVP to Kaiser. Bastard Manshine vs Manshine City. Now this is where Isagi really began to break out at BM. He awakened Metavision, neutralized the Nagi-Ryo duo, and provided 2 assists, one of them being the game winner. He also stopped Chris Prince's unpredictable knuckleball shot, which is an insane feat considering Prince is widely regarded as the world's number 2 striker. Kaiser definitely came close in terms of feats, but Isagi felt more consistent in this game, so while by a narrow margin than most would expect, I think this match is where Isagi really began to prove himself to Noah as a rationally viable attacking option, which doesn't come through Kaiser, and therefore MVP for this game, Isagi Oichi. After that came BM vs Ubers, and Ubers were a machine, but Isagi cracked them. Isagi constantly intercepted the final balls played to Barrow, as they were heavily reliant on him as their main striker and goal threat. Isagi was able to dominate this game, scoring twice and also providing an assist to one of the greatest goals in the entirety of Blue Lock.
Eat shit, losers! Kaiser Impact bites us!
The Kaiser Impact bicycle. Isagi was heavily involved in all goals and defensive efforts this game, and really began to prove to everyone that he can compete on the same level as the members of the new generational World 11. MVP once again, Isagi Oichi. And now it's time for the final game of the NEL. BM vs PXG, a battle between the strongest players and teams of the NEL. This game was packed with chaos, evolution and genius. Charles did great blocking the Kaiser Impact and providing 2 assists, but wasn't consistent in his efforts, and in the end may have cost PXG the game due to his contrarian actions at the start of the game, and you could say the same for Rin Itoshi as well. Kaiser also did super well, showing he was able to directly stop Destroyer State Rin without the use of any militia technique, but Isagi Oichi, for the 3rd consecutive appearance, dominated the field. This is why people say Isagi has surpassed Rin and is clearing the new Gen 11 level. Look how quickly the author has developed Isagi over the last games of the NEL. When everything was on the line, the Demon King was able to deliver with a brace, crowning BM as the champions of the NEL. Final MVP, Demon King Yoichi Isagi. Whether through power, genius or sheer will, these were the MVPs of every Blue Lock match so far. Did I miss anyone? Leave a comment and I'll see you in the next video.